Hi class, I'm Sabine, and my answer to the first question, so I think that the favorite occupation might mean like, what's my favorite pastime? My favorite pastime is sewing. I love to sew. I sew all the time. I love to sew it because it gives me a creative outlet, and then I get to see a finished product after I get to wear it. It's very satisfying to me. My passion, so that's the second question. What's my passion? My passion is I love to study my Bible. I love to study my Bible because it is something, even though it's not very popular, and even though I'm busy, I still love to make time for it and spend a lot of time reading it because it's really important to me. And it just talks a lot about the afterlife, and that's really important to me. And it also talks about Jesus and his life and how it relates to me. That's why I love it so much. The third question is, what's your main fault? My main fault is that I'm arrogant, and I like to admit it because if I admit it, then at least that means I can apologize for it, because often I will think really arrogant thoughts about myself or about other people, how I might be better than them in some way, or and it's just much better to admit it and apologize for it than not admit it, and then people get hurt by me, and that's not what I want. My answer to the next question, if you could have dinner with any three people, past or present, who would they be? This is really hard because I wouldn't want to have dinner with them all at the same time. I want to kind of have them at different times because I have different things I want to talk about with every one of them. My first one would be my grandpa. My grandpa passed away 4 years ago, and I miss him so much. He was such a big part of my life. My second person would be John Bunyan. He was the author of Pilgrim's Progress. He's one of the most interesting people I've ever learned about in my entire life. Just his life story is amazing. And the third person would be Rodalie Ba, and she's the owner of Adored Vintage. It's an Instagram brand, and man, she has just made such a cool brand, and from her creativity, and it inspires me every day. She's such an icon. And then the principal aspect of your personality, honestly, this is a hard question because I have a hard time staying the same all the time. So, but I would say something that's been the same about me for a long time is that I love caring about people in ways that make them feel really special. I love noticing what they find to be love, and how they receive it, and then doing that thing or being that thing for them. It makes me feel loved to do those things for other people. My idea of happiness is, my favorite things to do are hang out with my friends and play board games and eat and watch rain. So maybe all of those things together would be my idea of happiness. I don't know. That's kind of a hard question. Where would I like to live? In what country and city, and why? I would pick, this is just a way high up idea. I don't necessarily want to move. I love California. But if I had to move, I would love to move to Aix-en-Provence, or to Mont Saint-Michel, or to Cassis, France. And those are all three places in France. They're all super different in their environment and in what they're specialized in. But man, they are all equally beautiful. I would have such a hard time choosing, but I think I'd end up choosing Aix because Aix is a really central location, and it has it's the highest as far as transportation goes. So I would be able to get anywhere in the country if I wanted to, because I do have a station nearby, and whereas the other places are a little bit less populous. So yeah, anyway, that would be what I would choose. Thanks for listening.